So if you've never done an over-range microwave like this, generally they're pretty easy. Normally there's a bracket like this that goes on the back wall. The back of the microwave kind of sits in it, and then it pivots up, and a couple of screws through the top, through the upper cabinet. So to remove the old one, I put a jack, something to protect the stove, just in this case a large piece of cardboard. Got a bottle jack, got a 2x going across here to distribute the weight. That's just going to hold this up while I remove the screws from up above. So let me show you. Okay, so in the upper cabinet here, I've already unplugged the microwave. And in this case, there's just 2 screws, one right here. And one on the other side. Both of those out. Microwave's ready to come down. So as you can see, the bottle jack is taking the weight of the microwave. Now I can just lower the jack slowly. The front of the microwave will come down, then I'll be able to lift it up off of that rear bracket that's holding it to the wall. Now this microwave is a recirculating, which means I don't have a vent going to the outside of the house. So there's no kind of like duct I need to worry about, you know, getting hung up on or lining when I install the new one or anything like that. This just recirculates through a filter back into the kitchen. The power cord is just getting hung up on the hole in the cabinet. Just taking it slow. There we go. Freed up the... Now I do have a wire that runs through here because I have under cabinet lights. I'm gonna get that out of my way for now. This thing is a greasy mess. No matter how much you clean your microwave, especially on a recirculating one, yeah, it's just a greasy mess up there. All right, so right up in there, I don't know how well, let me show you on this side. I'm not sure how well you can see this, but this is the bracket that the microwave hooks into. It's right mounted right there. So all you gotta do is lift the microwave up and it'll be free. All right, so all we do is lift up on the back, and the microwave will come off of that wall bracket. Let the jack kind of fall. And old microwave is out. All right, so when it comes to the installation process, obviously follow your microwave manufacturer's installation instructions. For mine, it comes with this kind of template that you put on the wall, and then it's got a layout for where the mounting bracket goes. I did have to modify my mounting bracket. I had to drill holes because of where the studs are in my wall, and I just used the existing holes from the last microwave installation. So for mine, there was a hole right there, and a hole already right there. Line comes right up in the correct position within the boundaries of the mounting bracket or the template. So I know that when I put the bracket up, I've already leveled this. I know my bracket will be perfectly level. So for the 2 bolts that come in through the top cabinet, there's another mounting template. Trim this as needed. And then it comes, obviously tells you where to drill the holes and how to make everything line up. With this one, you get it up inside. Like I have a recessed cabinet, so I had to do some trimming for this to get it up in there in the right position. But once you get the template in place, you can drill those 2 mounting holes for the top. With that done, also the hole for the power cord. With all that done, ready to hang the microwave. And there you go, guys. It is really that simple. It's really not that difficult. It's more awkward than anything. As long as you're really precise in getting that mounting bracket right where it needs to be, up and down and level, then everything just kind of falls into place. Getting that upper mounting bolt template in place can be a little tricky depending on your cabinets and your situation and your manufacturer. Just follow the directions, take your time. Like I said, it's not difficult, it's just awkward. I mean, you're leaning over the stove trying to get the microwave in place. Two people obviously would be a lot better. In my case, I just used a jack to kind of set it on as a second set of hands. Worked out just fine. This is really a project that you can do yourself. Save yourself some money. Don't pay somebody else to do it. Do it yourself. Appreciate you for watching. Hit that subscribe, hit the bell. I'll see you on the next one. Doesn't that just figure? You get everything done, get everything wrapped up, ready to put your tools away, and you realize you didn't run the wire for your under cabinet lights. Such is life.